This hour by Frederick Remington, fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. Exclusive, no refrigeration, 10-year extended shelf life bacon. The thickest, meatiest, center-cut bacon in the industry at fullycookedbacon.com.
The stocks discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering on acting on information, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice.
What kingdom has sent you?
The kingdom of the Most High.
Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. The Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The Genesis Communication Network is proud to bring you Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week elf, Mark Leibovit'S, welcoming you on board his financial time machine. And here is the elf himself, Mark Leibovit'S.
Good morning. Welcome to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, July 7th. Always excited that you have time to tune in on a Saturday morning. Many of you may remember me from the old Louis Rukeyser Wall Street Week television program where I was quote-unquote an elf, and maybe others know me from the Nightly Business Report where I work with the legendary and now deceased broadcaster who I called the Walter Cronkite of financial broadcasting, Paul Kangas. And for those of you who may not be familiar with my research work, I do produce the vrtrader.com newsletters, which cover all aspects of the market, from cannabis to cryptocurrencies to overall market timing. In fact, speaking of market timing, I am one of the top market timers. They have me actually ranked third in the nation right now in overall market timing. And later this segment, we're going to join another great market timer. Hopefully we get him on the line, Jim ROHRBACH. It's that time of year where we talk about the 4th of July and celebrating patriotism in our country, and we didn't have time last week to put it on, but we're going to have a treat for you again this year, as we do every year, where we're going to play a 5-minute segment of Kate Smith singing God Bless America. This was actually from the movie This Is the Army in 1943, though the actual recording was in 1938, and I think they replayed it in the film if I'm not mistaken, but this is a national treasure, so let's join Kate Smith.
And now we take great pleasure in presenting to you the star of our program, Miss Kate Smith.
Hello, everybody. It is my happy privilege to introduce a new song, God Bless America. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so
Kind of makes you think of Blake, doesn't it? Makes you think of a lot of things. We're going to be in this yet, Mom.
First time of the year.
Brand new, my eye.
You know, I threw that song out of Yip Yip Yap Dang 22 years ago. Sounds better now.
Treat, folks. God bless America. And again, that we were hearing excerpts from This is the Army from 1943. And if you go to my website, vrtrader.com, we actually have the video posted where you can actually see what's going on. And what I did mention earlier was there's actually a vignette in there toward the end where you see Ronald Reagan sitting in the room. You might have heard his voice for a second. So if there was God's hand in anything, this certainly was a great example with him sitting there and later, of course, becoming a president of our country. So when you see that, it sends shivers up and down your spine when you see him sitting there as a young Ronald Reagan in the 1943 film. We only have about 60 seconds, but I'm going to bring my good friend Don VIALOUX on board. We weren't able to reach Jim ROHRBACH so far. We'll try again during the break. Don is the author, creator of the blog equityclock.com and timingthemarket.ca. Good morning, Don. How are you?
I'm great there, Mark. Thanks for having me back.
Okay, well, it's always a pleasure. We're going to run into the break here so in a few seconds, so we're going to have to pick up after the break. We were playing Kate Smith's God Bless America, which is what a tradition on the show every year. So, Don, we only have about 15 seconds here. Just briefly, I want to just give him a little bit of a plug if you want some great market timing and see where the cycles are in the markets. And for individual stocks, equityclock.com is the place to go. And Don's got some interesting points here. We're going to talk about seasonal strength and gold and so forth after the break. So don't touch your dial. Don VIALOUX will be with us right again after the break.
You're listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovit'S. Go to wallstreetradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
If you like alkaline water, or know someone that does, you're going to love the Dillon Living Water Bottle. It creates alkaline water on the go while reducing plastic waste and saving you money. Made with surgical-grade stainless steel, the Dillon bottle increases the pH up to 9 to deliver both alkaline and antioxidant water anywhere you want it. Alkaline water is healthier, tastes better, and can even boost energy. The Dillon bottle makes it easy and affordable to be healthy and achieve optimal hydration. Get your Dillon bottle today at dyln.co. That's dyln.co.
It's been said, any society is only 3 missed meals away from chaos. Those times may be near. Think about it. Our country faces multiple terrorist threats and aggressions from Russia and North Korea. Social unrest and violent marches yet again may lead to looting of stores and city shutdowns. And our crumbling infrastructure leaves our power grid vulnerable to long-term outages from a single cyber attack. When the chaos from any one of these threats arises, the government knows it can't provide during a widespread national emergency. That's why you need your own plan for self-reliance. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. Get a 4-week survival food supply for only $99. That includes breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Order online at preparewithgcn.com. $99 for 4 weeks of survival food that tastes like homemade cooking and lasts up to 25 years from My Patriot Supply. Get your kits today at preparewithgcn.com. Free shipping is included. Preparewithgcn.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest price filtration systems in every size for incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency. Get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com. Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists, get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-667-9035. 800-667-9035. That's 800-667-9035.
Healthcare reform is confusing. With the loss of the Obamacare mandate, those needing help can now choose an affordable alternative. By joining Liberty HealthShare, you're part of a community of health-conscious Americans all over the country who control their own healthcare costs and choices. Liberty HealthShare is not insurance. It is an association of self-pay patients who unite with like-minded people to share the cost of their medical needs. Neighbor helping neighbor. Learn more now by going to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
Think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem.
Welcome back to the Wall Street Raw Radio Show with Mark Leibovit'S, your time machine for the financial markets. Want to know more? Go to wallstreetrawradio.com. Now, here's the elf himself, Mark Leibovit'S.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, July 7th, and we have our good friend Don Vialo online, Don Vialo from EquityClock.com and TimingTheMarket.ca. Thanks, Don, for staying with us during the break.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Mark.
Okay, so a lot of bears out there, but you have been correctly calling for a rally from roughly mid-June into mid-July, and market's taken off here. It had a little sell-off just prior to the 4th of July in the U.S., but now we're rallying once again, so we're apparently still on track.
Yeah, the summer rally is coming in as expected at the regular time from about the last week in June until about the third week in July. This past week, the S&P 500 is up 1.6%. That's a pretty good move for just 1 week. What happens during this time is that investors anticipate earnings reports for the second quarter. And in the case of the S&P 500 companies, analysts raised their estimates again last week. They're now looking for a 20% gain year over year for the S&P 500 companies. The companies coming out with reports near the end of next week typically are the financial service companies. Companies like J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup come out next Friday. So we're just getting the start of the second quarter earnings report season, and it should be very, very good.
Well, Don, let's talk a little about what's going on with gold this time of year, too.
Yeah, we mentioned in our call last week that we're starting to get early signs that the U.S. dollar index is starting to roll over. When that happens, that's a very positive indicator of what's going to happen with gold and gold stocks. And last week we started to see, not necessarily gold, but particularly gold stocks take some pretty interesting moves on the upside. Looking at the gold equity ETF, the GDX, it was up about 2% last week. The junior gold equity index, or ETF, was up 2.7%, and the Canadian gold equity ETF was up over 3%. So that sector seems to be wanting to get into gear. Some very good technical action in particular the major producers. Looks like a very good, we're getting into the gold seasonality period a little bit earlier than usual this year.
And the dollar, is that going to present any obstacle, do you think, or no?
Fascinating. Historically, the U.S. dollar moves into its period of seasonal weakness from the first week in July right through until about the second week in October. Seasonality is coming in right on schedule this time. We saw the U.S. dollar index break its 20-day moving average earlier this week, and it looks like we will have a continuation of that trend right through the summer. Very, very positive for gold and gold equities.
Wow, okay. So biotech also seems to be on the move. I'm looking at my screen here. We're pre-taping the show on Friday for Saturday broadcast. All the biotechs have exploded. So you're right in the seasonal strength for them. When does that end?
Yeah, we mentioned the biotech sector a couple of weeks ago, that the biotech ETFs, most notably IBB, and BBH, those are the two big ones in the States, they've broken to 4-month highs just during late trading on Friday. That whole sector looks like it wants to go higher. Seasonality is very strong for the biotech sector right through until the middle of September. If you got them, hold them. If you don't have them, buy some more.
Right. There's some huge gains there across the board that I'm watching. So we got plenty of time here, so let's be patient. Biotech. I wonder if there's some change in legislative action underway. I know there was a concern about pricing drugs and keeping some control under that in previous political comments. Is there any news behind this, or is it just a technical seasonal play?
Well, a combination of technicals and seasonality and fundamentals. What happened on Friday is that Biogen came out with a very important announcement. Now, Biogen is a major part of these ETFs in the biotech sector. It was up over 10% on news that it had a new treatment for Alzheimer's disease. So that booted BIIB, which is Biogen, and that ultimately booted the other biotech ETFs. So it's certainly on a fundamental reason for moving higher is there. Technicals are there, and the sector looks very, very attractive, and seasonality is very, very attractive until the middle of September.
Yeah, looking at Biogen on the screens in front of me now, it's up about 48 points in one day. Wow, what a move. So, Don, thank you for joining us. Don VIALOUX from EquityClock.com. We'll talk to you next week at this time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Mark.
Special guest on our show today, good friend Jim ROHRBACH. Had him on the show before, but hopefully we'll have him on more regularly. He produces a service called investmentmodels.com. Is that correct, Jim?
Yeah, that's my website, investment-models.com.
Jim is a top market timer, has been doing this, it's got to be, 50 years or something like that, and is a good friend, and really pleasure having you on the show. We only have a couple of minutes, Jim, so tell our listeners, what you do and how they can reach you.
Well, I think the best way would be to, if they wanted to send me a message, is Jim@RIXINDEX, RIXINDEX.com. That's the shortest way. But they can go to my website. I'll tell them a little bit about what I do. I send out a weekly newsletter twice a week, and I talk about what the market is doing and what's happening in the world, but it's all geared toward market timing. Now, anyone who subscribes to my newsletter gets it twice a week, but in addition, the newsletter contains market timing information. So my subscribers are also instant market timers, and there aren't very many of them around like that, Mark, as you know. So basically, that's my service. 2 times a week, they'll get a newsletter that describes what's happening in the market, and it's very exciting today, I see. And then they become instant market timers, and it's all included in my subscription fee of $395 a year. That's about $1 a day, I figure.
Okay. So I think the easiest way for people to reach you is going to that website, because the other address was a little complicated. Investment models hyphen in there somewhere. What's the exact address?
The site is investment dash. That's a dash, not a one-letter thing. Dash.
Yeah.
Investment models models.com. That will take them to my website.
Jim, we're going to have you back on the show real soon. I want all of you to go to investmentmodels.com and check it out. We'll be back after the break with our good friend Mark SKOUSEN.
Go to WallStreetRawRadio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit'S, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. Here, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market tsunami. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required, and no one will call. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw report and Gold News Raw report at wallstreetraw.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the Internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free Reputation reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to MyPillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's MyPillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw. Want to know more about Wall Street Raw and the Leibovit'S VR newsletters? Go to wallstreetrawradio.com.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw, and we're really excited to have a very special guest, one that we had on last year about this time, Mark SKOUSEN from Chapman University. He's a professional economist, financial advisor, university professor, and author of more than 25 books on economics, personal finance, and investing. And he writes his award-winning financial newsletter, Forecasts and Strategies. And most importantly, he may agree with me or not, he produces the annual Freedom Fest conference, which was really exciting. I attended last year. I look forward to doing so again this year. And we're going to talk about Freedom Fest. And good morning, Mark. Thank you again for squeezing us in on a Saturday morning.
My pleasure. I'm really excited about our upcoming conference. It's our theme this year is where is the voice of reason, which is a good question in today's upside-down world with every crazy thing happening out of Washington and internationally and so forth. It's going to be a great conference.
I know last year with William Shatner there, it was just unbelievable. I mean, that was like one of the exciting events of my life. I got to tell you personally, Mark. I mean, just meeting Bill Shatner and just hearing his presentation. So you guys really put together a terrific show. So let's talk a little bit about who's going to be on board this year.
Right. So we have George Will, who is considered by the Wall Street Journal as the most powerful journalist in America today. And we also have Judge Andrew Napolitano coming in to talk about all the legal issues that are going on in the world. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we have some top experts talking about cryptocurrencies. It's really going to be fun. In fact, we're actually having an emergency session at Freedom Fest because of all the shakeups going on in Washington with the trade wars, developing international tensions with North Korea and Syria. There's a lot of things going on that we have Steve Forbes and we have John Mackey, the CEO of Whole Foods Markets. Senator Mike Lee just confirmed. We have Andy Puzder coming, who was supposed to be the labor secretary under Trump. He's coming and speaking. So the list goes on for all the different great speakers that we have this year.
Yeah, I see Larry Elder's going to be there, and I'm a big fan of his and his Fox appearances and his radio show. And let's see here, of course, you got Doug Casey and Jim Rogers. Boy, it's really, really spectacular.
Yeah, we have Robert Kawasaki, too, who's authored Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which has sold 26 million copies, and that's going to be fun. We also have a lot of debates. As you know, Freedom Fest is famous for its debates. Our mock trial this year is going to be public school system on trial. So we are putting together the critics of the public school system and the NEA defending the public school system. So that's going to be a real interesting event. And we also have the New York Times coming for the first time. That's going to be covering us. So we're hitting the big time in terms of the media coverage.
Last year you were an actor, Mark. I saw you as Benjamin. I saw you portray Benjamin Franklin. Are we doing something like that this year?
Well, Jennifer Grossman, I think, is coming back as Ayn Rand, but I think Benjamin Franklin's going to take a break in the action this year. But that was a lot of fun. In fact, we had coverage from CNN on that. It was nice to talk about the voice of reason. One of the things that we're doing with that topic is we're discussing the age of reason, the age of enlightenment. We're going to have a discussion about faith and science. Are they compatible? We have some representatives of both science with Michael Shermer and Dan Peterson from BYU who are going to talk about science and faith. And we're also, by the way, we're having a big question. Should we dedicate a room to Hugh Hefner, Mr. Playboy? And so it's a debate on whether we have a cultural advance or moral decline as a result of that whole debate. Were women liberated, or were they taken advantage of in the sexual revolution? So that'll be an interesting debate.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hillary Clinton situation is going to come up many times in that discussion.
Or Bill.
Well, Bill and Hillary, the both of them right there. Right, we talk about setting standards.
And Donald Trump, for that matter. I mean, the whole Me Too movement is a major issue that we're going to discuss. And one thing that Steve Forbes said it really well. He said, Freedom Fest is the conference that I attend all 3 days. It's not his own conference, but he's a big believer because that's where the best ideas are discussed and debated and strategies are coming out of it. And that's why people should come to Freedom Fest. Our dates are July 11th through the 14th. And we're at the Paris Resort in Las Vegas, so it's an intellectual feast in the entertainment capital of the world. And people can get $100 off if they use the code EAGLE100. EAGLE100, the number. They can get $100 off the registration fees. So if they go to freedomfest.com, that's where they can find out all the information, all our speakers, panels, debates. Our Anthem Film Festival is a very popular event. There's so much going on at Freedom Fest that people have a hard time deciding what to do. There's so much to do.
Yeah, that was the experience I had last year. Your head spinning with so many things going on and so many events and so many speakers. Folks, it really is an unbelievable event. I've known about it for many, many years, and I'm embarrassed to say last year was my first year that I actually joined the event, and I love it. I just loved it. It was just so inspiring with so many great guests, many of from the conservative and libertarian movement, which obviously I'm very sympathetic to. So again, folks, if you want to get more information, freedomfest.com, Mark. That's the website, right?
That's correct. And they get $100 off if they use the coupon code EAGLE100. That's the code for that, freedomfest.com, and it's July 11th through the 14th in Las Vegas at the Paris Resort. And I should mention that John Mackey, who's the CEO of Whole Foods Markets, is going to do a special presentation there. He's going to talk about his own investment strategy which is rather unique since he depends on that rather than any kind of a salary from Whole Foods Markets. And he has some pretty interesting insights on that. So we have some really remarkable investment conference there, a 3-day investment conference that people will be very interested in. So there's just all kinds of things going on, and it'd be great to see you there and another couple thousand people.
Thank you very much, Mark. Mark SKOUSEN from Forecast and Strategies newsletter, and also from Freedom Fest. And again, if you want more information, folks, go to freedomfest.com, and I'll be there and hopefully doing some interviews as well. Mark, I really want to thank you for taking time on this Saturday morning, and we'll see you at Freedom Fest July 11th through 14th at the Paris Resorts in Las Vegas.
Great. Thank you. Take care.
Listen, folks, really a super event, Freedom Fest. Economics, politics, a little bit of spiritual in there. I really encourage you to go there. I'll be there. Maybe we're doing some broadcasting for the radio show as well. Don't touch your dial, folks. We're going to be back after the break with our final segment with our good friend, Sinclair No.
You are listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovitz. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovitz, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. At wallstreetraw.com, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market crash. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw and Gold News Raw reports at wallstreetraw.com. That's wallstreetraw.com.
This is Elizabeth McCabe, a.k.a. Lucky One of Truth Frequency News. I wanted to tell you all about Extendivite from HeartDrop.com. Y'all know I check everything before I air it. When I heard about Extendivite on TFR, I went to HeartDrop.com and started my research. It's got cayenne. That's good for blood and circulation. It stimulates the blood flow. It's got garlic, which fights bacteria like antibiotics, and it lowers the cholesterol and blood pressure. It also has milk thistle, which is the best detox for liver. I couldn't wait to try it out, and I'm glad I did 4 months ago. And here's obvious results. My hands and feet don't get cold anymore. The varicose veins have faded too. My wrists don't hurt after typing all day. Now I tell you all this because it's true and I want you to really live life. Try Extendivite. Go to heartdrop.com and order it.
Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid. Call now. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Credit Associates now. 1-800-959-5759. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, Do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Credit Associates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-959-5759. That's 1-800-959-5759. 1-800-959-5759.
Tired of being censored by Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Patreon? Well, now you don't have to be. OneWay.com is the free speech and human-friendly social network built just for you. Stop feeding the beast. Every post you make on those evil, anti-human, anti-American perverted sites helps them destroy our families, our country, and our souls. Join One Way today and take back your liberty. Your free speech alternative is waiting for you at OneWay.com. OneWay.com.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
There is no freedom without the law.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw and the final segment with Mark Leibovitz. Now, here's the elf himself.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw on this Saturday, July 7th, long 4th of July weekend, and we had real pleasure of presenting Kate Smith's God Bless America to you on our first segment, something I do every year at this time on the program, tribute to our country and to the great lady that sang such a great song, inspired us all. And I want to thank Jim ROHRBACH for taking a couple minutes with us, and Don VIALOUX this morning as well. Couldn't get Harry Boxer or Henry Weingarten on the show this week. And I want to remind all of you, I will be at the Freedom Fest next week in Las Vegas, broadcasting from that event. And as you just heard with Mark SKOUSEN, it's going to be an exciting event, and I encourage all of you to try to attend. And, I guess if you're on the libertarian side of things, you're probably more interested in going than if you're not libertarian, but definitely a very interesting conference. Last year they had William Shatner there, and that was a thrill, and they have a bunch of special guests. If you go to freedomfest.com and look it up, you'll see the list of notables, including Jim Rogers and others that are going to be there. Meanwhile, on the line is my very good friend Sinclair No from KFN 1510 Phoenix, and author of the incomparable blog EatTheBankers.com, who was so kind to take off during this 4th of July long weekend break and join us here for a few moments. Sinclair, the markets are still open, so I'm still working. I apologize we took you off your vacation.
Well, that's quite all right. Good to be with you, Mark.
Oh, great. And, everybody's a little bearish out there, but the cycle's indicated, a summer rally, and we seem to be experiencing that here, possibly carrying through a good part of July, and maybe even further than the bears are willing to admit. So we'll see how it all plays out. I know Larry Kudlow, in the past few days, who is now the director of White House National Economic Council, he urged the Federal Reserve to raise rates slowly. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, first of all, in case Kudlow hasn't noticed, the Fed has been raising rates slowly. Secondly, Kudlow shouldn't say anything to the Federal Reserve about that. The Federal Reserve should be supposedly independent anyway. Mm-hmm. To step in and do that, I thought, why? What is he adding to the conversation by doing that, other than trying to throw around political weight? I thought it was stupid, quite frankly.
Okay.
The Federal Reserve is going to do what the Federal Reserve is going to do. And, him stepping in and trying to inject politics into the process is wrong. To that end, though, I think the Fed's going to continue to raise interest rates pretty much how they have. They've seen a fairly strong jobs report coming out. Even though the unemployment rate went up to 4%, we still had right at 213,000 new jobs created in June. That was the Friday jobs report. Good, solid numbers once again. Mm-hmm. Firms are hiring, not much in the way of worker pay, so we don't have inflation. Whatever the Federal Reserve is doing seems to be right what they are trying to do. They might want a little bit more wages, but they're not getting inflation, and they're creating new jobs. The environment is creating new jobs under the Federal Reserve, the way that they're going. What did Kudlow add to this? Not a thing. There is a concern, though, big concern, and this is the week where we're starting to first really see it. Tariffs. The tariffs are hitting.
Right.
And that could be something that changes the entire situation. If the tariffs start to impact negatively, and there's some indication that they will, unless there's some rollback. Right now, there's no rollback of any of this. Beijing says it has to counterattack. Of course, on Friday, the tariffs went into effect for, I believe it's $34 billion worth of Chinese goods. A hike on Chinese imports took effect. We'll see how it plays out. They're trying to target some specific areas of the U.S., recognizing the political importance of certain areas. If this escalates, and it already has escalated, we've already got tariffs in effect with Canada, with Mexico, with the European Union, now with China. If this keeps going, it can be a problem. It can be a very serious problem. And right now, all we're hearing about are moves and counter moves, retaliation for this, retaliation for that. It just keeps going and going and going.
Meanwhile, the stock market, as we mentioned earlier, is rallying, despite, though, that you think we're just climbing a wall of worry, or the market hasn't figured it out yet?
I think that there is a tendency, there's a seasonal tendency to start out the month of July to the positive.
Mm-hmm.
That tends to happen fairly often, even though it's one of the worst of the 6 months, the buy, sell in May and go away strategy. I think that part of this is the market's thinking that a lot of this is going to get resolved. And if it does, great. The smart thing to do is to buy into the market. If it doesn't,
maybe it's a negotiating strategy on the part of Trump, Sinclair. Come out with a strong opinion, shake everybody up, and do something else. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe he'll just back right off of this thing.
In which case the Dow will probably explode 1,000 points, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I don't think it's helping our I don't think it's helping our relationships with countries, quite frankly, that are allies in many cases. Mm-hmm. I can't recall a time when Canadian-U.S. relations were at this kind of a low point. Same thing that could be said about many of our European allies. But it is what it is, and I imagine if somebody does back down, all will be forgiven. We'll see. But the question is that the negotiating tactic? Throw a big tantrum and then back down? What's the point in that?
Well, he did it in Korea. So it seems to work so far there, so we'll find out if it works for tariffs. That's about it. We'll know. We'll find out in time here. I noticed that, of course, the Fed released its minutes on Thursday. Anything significant there, in your opinion?
Not really. It is more of the Federal Reserve kind of doing what we were talking about. They're going to be fairly gradual about this. Mm-hmm. They're probably looking at 2 more rate hikes in the year. These are slow and steady rate hikes, and quite frankly, for most people, it's pretty boring. But they're trying to get they're trying to get a little powder set aside for the next time they have to do something, and it's just a matter of time until that happens. Even though we saw them passing so many banks in the recent stress test. Right. The banks are bigger than ever. They're more dangerous than ever. We start to see some deregulation there, and they'll need powder. They'll need dry powder.
Sinclair, thank you for joining us. Sinclair No from KFNN 1510 Phoenix and author of the great and comparable blog, eatthebankers.com. Have a great 4th of July weekend and speak to you next week. Sinclair, thank you.
Thank you.
And, folks, as we always do here on our show, we've done this for the last few years. We always try to close our show with what Ed Hart used to say on that old financial news network, and I keep talking about that because he was a real influence in my life when I started doing broadcasting on the old FNN back in the late 1970s, early 1980s, before CNBC acquired them. But the theme of the show, a little bit of financial, musical, political, and spiritual time machine. And as Ed Hart used to say, and we say again on this program, we will know in the fullness of time. Thank you for joining us. Happy 4th of July weekend, and speak to you next week from Freedom Fest in Las Vegas.
Thank you for listening to Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week Alpha, Mark Leibovitz. If you missed any of today's show or to get in touch with Mark, please go to wallstreetrawradio.com. Any stocks or investment discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. We first recommend you seek out a licensed financial professional for advice. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit'S, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. Here, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market tsunami. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required, and no one will call. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw report and Gold News Raw report at wallstreetraw.com.
It's a no-brainer. A Big Berkey water filter is the one you need, period. You need a water filter that removes chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, BPA, and other endocrine disruptors, pesticides, bacteria, viruses, and much more, right? And does it all at only 2 cents per gallon. Get the original and most trusted name in gravity water filtration, Big Berkey. And now GCN listeners receive 5% off ceramic filter systems using code GCN. Call or click 1-877-99-BERKEY or BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY.
Homemakers. Groceries by mail ships free. Try our amazing bacon. It stores in your pantry. No refrigeration required. Our value-added packaging provides a 10-year shelf life and protects the leanest, thickest, center-cut, fully cooked bacon in America today. Ready to eat right from the pouch or warm and serve. Always priced less than grocery for your everyday use. Savory and delicious. Order today at ReadyToEatBacon.com. ReadyToEatBacon.com.